Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to take a test out of the CARS test. It's Comprehensive Assessment of Reading Strategies, and we're going to take the pre-test, and I'm going to be reading the article and the questions to you, and what I want you to do is follow along in your booklet. I want your eyes on the words, and I want you following along, making sure you're thinking about the article. So, pre-test part 1. First, I'm going to read the directions to you. Read this article about zebras, then answer questions about the article. Choose the best answer for numbers 1 through 12. Zebras live in the grasslands of Africa. These members of the horse family are probably best known for their distinctive stripes and black and white coloring. When zebras are born, they are brownish, black, and white. As they grow, they develop their stripe pattern. No one knows for certain why zebras have stripes. Zoologists have several theories, though. They believe the stripes offer zebras protection from the predators in at least 2 ways. Zebras spend most of their time eating in the grasslands. They eat the tall grass as well as the bark, leaves, buds, fruits, and roots. Zoologists believe that their stripes act as camouflage while they are moving about the grassland. This theory might not seem to make sense at all. After all, a zebra's stripes stick out like a sore thumb. But consider that the zebra's main predator, the lion, is colorblind. Then consider the wavy lines of a zebra's stripes. These wavy lines blend in with the tall grass. It's not the color of the zebra's stripes that protects it, but the pattern of the stripes. A zebra grazing in the grasslands can be completely overlooked by a lion. Another means of protection has to do with their herds. Zebras usually travel in large groups in which they stay close. In tight groups, the pattern of each zebra's stripes blends in with the stripes of the zebras around it. This is confusing to a predator. All it sees is a large, moving, striped mass. A lion has trouble singling out one zebra. While a zebra's stripes may be indistinguishable to other animals, they help zebras recognize each another. Stripe patterns are like fingerprints. No 2 patterns are alike. Zoologists believe this is how zebras keep their herds together. Zebras can tell which zebras belong to their herd, which do not by their stripe patterns. A zebra mare and her foal can also keep track of each other in the large herd. Stripe patterns are helpful to zoologists as well. Stripe patterns help them track particular zebras in the wild so they can study their behavior. Today's zebras face an uncertain future in the wild. Many are hunted by humans for their meat and hide. The hunting of the zebras must be stopped. Zebras are also at risk because of food water supplies are shrinking. They must fight with farmers for grazing land and water. One species of zebra, the quagga, has already died out. Humans must make sure this does not happen again. Question number 1, finding main idea. The article tells mainly about A, a zebra's habitat, B, a zebra's stripe, C, a zebra's predator, D, a zebra's habit. Number 2, recalling facts and details. Which of these is most important to a zebra's protection from a predator? A, the color of its stripes, B, the size of its stripes, C, the pattern of its stripes, D, the number of its stripes. Number 3, when do zebras develop their stripe patterns? A, when they are born, B, as they grow, C, when they are adults, D, as they near old age. Number 4, what happens when zebras are in tight groups? A, their stripes disappear, B, finding food is easier, C, the color of their stripes change, D, they are harder to single out. Number 5, in the article, the stripes of a zebra are compared to A, bark, B, horses, C, grasslands, D, fingerprints. Number 6. What will most likely happen if zebras continue to have difficulty finding food and water? A. Farmers will stop farming. B. Farmers will share land and water with the zebras. C. Many zebras will die. D. Zebras will become prey to more animals. Finding word meaning in context. Which of these is the best meaning of the word camouflage? A. Distant. B. Disguise. C. Different. D. Deceive. Drawing conclusions and making inferences. From the article, you can include that zebras do not eat meat. B. Zebras are found all over Africa. C. Zebras are colorblind. D. Zebras look alike even to each other. 9. Which of these expresses a fact? The hunting of zebras must be stopped. Sadly, zebras face an uncertain future in the wild. Many zebras are hunted by the humans for their meat and hide. Humans must make sure this does not happen again. Number 10. Identifying author's purpose. The article was written mainly to A. Describe the different kinds of stripes zebras have. B. Explain theories about zebra stripes. C. Get readers to do more to help zebras. D. Entertain readers with information about unusual animals. Number 11. Interpreting figurative language. Which sentence contains a simile? A. No two patterns are alike. B. Stripes act as camouflage. C. Stripes stick out like a sore thumb. D. They eat the tall grass as well as bark. Number 12. What is a good summary of the article? A. Zebras are known for their distinctive stripes and coloring and live in herds. B. Zebras are found in the grasslands of Africa and are members of the horse family. C. Zebras are hunted by both animals and humans and must be protected. D. No one knows for sure why a zebra has stripes, but zoologists believe they offer important protection. So now we're going to read pretest part 2. I'm going to read the directions for you, and we're going to read the questions like we did. Read this social studies article about a natural disaster, then answer the questions about the article. Choose the best answer for numbers 1 through 12. The Great California Earthquake of 1906. No one can predict when an earthquake will occur. Some earthquakes are barely felt and cause little damage. Others are disastrous and damage is extensive. Today, buildings are constructed to withstand some of the force and emergency crews can respond quickly. These actions help lessen the losses. Long ago, however, not much was known about earthquakes, and as a result, people were less prepared. The damage caused by these awesome forces of nature was even more far-reaching. In 1906, the early morning silence of April 18th was shattered at 5:12. At the very moment an earthquake shook the city of San Francisco, streets began to rise and fall like waves on an open sea. The first shock continued for 40 terrifying seconds. The next shock lasted only 15 seconds, but was no less frightening. In less than 1 minute, the nation's worst natural disaster forever changed thousands of lives. The most serious destruction was not caused by the quake itself. It was caused by the broken water lines and gas lines. Gas leaks triggered explosions and fires. There was no water to put out the fires, and over 490 city blocks burned to the ground. As one citizen described, flames were seething, and as I stood there, a 5-story building half a block away fell with a crash. The fires raged on for 3 days before burning out. Once the smoke cleared, citizens were able to survey the damage. Many people were separated from family members during the fires. Over 500 lives were lost, and more than 250 people were left homeless. The earthquake rocked the city, but it did not shake the strength of its citizens. As one woman described in a letter to a friend just weeks after the quake, "We have certainly had an awful time out here, but the fortitude of the people has been something wonderful. The people of San Francisco were able to rise from the ashes and restore their battered city. Question 1, finding main idea. What is the article mostly about? A, major disasters of the 20th century. B, earthquakes that have occurred in the United States. C, lifestyles of the early 1900s. D, an earthquake that destroyed a major city. Number 2, recalling facts and details. How long did the first shock last? A, almost 4 days. B, less than 1 minute. C, only 15 seconds. D, over 2 minutes. Understanding sequence. The boxes tell about some of the events in the article. The first box, an earthquake shook San Francisco at 5:12. Then there's a blank. Water lines and gas lines were broken. Gas leaks triggered explosion. Which of these belongs in the empty box? Citizens worked together to rebuild their city. The quake caused city and streets to rise and fall. Fires destroyed almost 500 city blocks. D, citizens were finally able to survey the damage. Number 4, fires could not be controlled because A, there was no water. B, power lines were broken. C, the streets were too crowded. D, no one could get them. Question number 5, comparing and contrasting. In the article, the rising and falling of the streets is compared to A, raging flames. B, the nation's worst natural disaster. C, the rise and fall of the sun. D, the rise and fall of ocean waves. Question number 6, making predictions. Predict which of these would most likely occur if similar earthquake were to strike San Francisco today. A, water lines and gas lines would remain undamaged. Streets would not require repair. C, few citizens would lose their homes. D, losses to life and property would not be as severe. Question 7, finding word meaning in context. What is the meaning of the word survey in paragraph 4? A, poll. B, inspect. C, estimate. D, deny. Question 8, drawing conclusions and making inferences. You can conclude that A, earthquakes today are more mild than those in the past. B, earthquakes usually occur in the early morning hours. C, earthquakes are as unpredictable today as they were in the past. D, earthquakes always last less than 1 minute. Question number 9, distinguishing between fact and opinion. Which of these is an opinion from the article? A, the most serious destruction of the city was not caused by the quake itself. B, many people were separated from their families during the fires. C, after the earthquake, it took 3 days for the fires to burn out. D, the fortitude of the people has been something wonderful. Question 10, identifying author's purpose. The author's purpose in the last paragraph is to A, entertain readers with a quote from the old letter. B, explain the destructive power of an earthquake. C, describe the character of local citizens after the earthquake. D, share information about the city of San Francisco. Question 11, interpreting figurative language. In the last paragraph, rise from the ashes describes how A, the earthquake of 1906 caused the outbreak of fire. B, the people of San Francisco were able to put aside their sorrow. C, the city of San Francisco was leveled by a powerful earthquake. D, the people of San Francisco lost their city in less than 1 minute. Last question, summarizing. Which of these is the best summary of the article? A, the San Francisco earthquake of 1906 devastated the city but could not destroy city dwellers' spirit. B, people often don't realize how much damage an earthquake can cause. C, fires are more destructive force than earthquake. D, the San Francisco earthquake of 1906 was the worst disaster in nation's history.